Welcome all my movie maniacs to the final cut. Yes, it is your host once again, and today I'm taking a look at an independent horror film. I know! And not only that, but guess who it's from? Probably one of the hardest working individuals this year in making films, and it's Tiziano Cella, who wrote and directed The Night Watchman, where we get the story of Jack, who is a former cop who is now a night watchman, and he's keeping watch over this location, this storage place, if you will, this business. And it's never really specified exactly what it is, but he's keeping watch over this place, and there's a lot of unique things in each room and that, but it also has a history of supernatural stuff, and soon he starts seeing weird ghosts and things out of the corner of his eye that start creeping him out, and things start to escalate more and more, and as more and more supernatural things happen, some dark secrets that Jack has been keeping start coming to the surface, and we see how all of it unfolds in this supernatural horror film. This is going to be probably my favorite Tiziano Cella film, for a lot of reasons. One, the narrative in this one wasn't a lot of repetitious like we've gotten in some of his other films, some repetition in that, which served a plot purpose, but for me, it was an element that I was glad wasn't in this film. It has a more solid linear narrative in here, though it does jump around a little bit when we get into some flashbacks and some other wonky stuff going on, which I did enjoy. I was glad that was in there, but the narrative in this one really is more linear, and that was a welcome change from some of his other films. What also was a welcome change is we don't get any tortured women in this one. For the most part, we don't get any torture scenes of females in this film for the most part, and I enjoyed that too. I was happy to see that because I was hoping that wasn't just going to be his thing the whole time, and he's showing he can do something different, and he gives us a very interesting, original, supernatural story. Some of the practical effects in here for a micro budget that he works on are really well done. There's a particular character that's a lot of face prosthetics and look really good. There's some great blood effects in here as well. Not very much repetition at all of dialogue or anything as we've seen in the past. I will say the audio is still a bit rough in this, but it usually is for micro budget films, but it's not distracting at all. Great performances by everyone involved, and he keeps the film going and doesn't slow down too much, and there's some truly creepy scenes in here. One involving a piano that I thought was particularly creepy, and what was also enjoyable in this film was there's a short film buried within this feature film, and it is a film that the short film was a lot of fun, and the production value even higher than the film that it was in, and that surprised me. But it's kind of this horror story involving two couples who I believe all four of them were deaf, and they go to this kind of getaway place to enjoy the country air and such, but things turn into a nightmare for them. And I just love the fact that it was four characters who were deaf, and I enjoyed that. I thought that was a unique difference in your normal kind of little horror slasher film, and it made me even want to see more of that story, and that played out well. So you get a little bonus of this little short film into this bigger film, and both are really well done. Again, it does have some of those micro budget challenges that you have between the audio and some of the quality of the shots, you know, with the low light and that, but still, to date, this is probably one of the better Tiziano Cella films that I've seen, and one of my favorite of his if I were to pick out of his body of work. So check it out if you have seen The Night Watchman. Please leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts on it. Please subscribe if you have not already. Thank you for your support as always. Remember, keep that ticket stub.